Hi there, I'm Andrea Koppel, and it's Time for Coffee, the podcast where you get to hear firsthand what the jobs and careers that interest you the most are really like. Hey there, Java Junkies. Welcome to another K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. By the way, K-Cups come in 3 sizes, single, double, and triple shots, or roughly 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes in length. So if you don't have time to throw back an entire caffeinated career conversation, these K-Cup mini episodes of T4C can give you a quick caffeinated fix, whether you're on the go or you only have a few minutes to binge. So grab your mug and take a chug, because it's time for a caffeinated career double shot K-Cup with my guest, Lesli Linka Glatter. And now that I have interviewed hundreds of professionals, I am very confident in saying to our young listeners, no matter what you want to do, you cannot make a mistake wherever you start. It doesn't matter. And actually, Lesli, maybe we should let our listeners know where you got your start.
Oh, absolutely. And I couldn't agree with you more, Andrea. The more you study and learn and are a lover of knowledge, the better it is. So my path, as I explained, is a strange one and a circuitous one. I started off as a modern dancer, and then I became a choreographer. And this is back, many years ago when the American government still sponsored the arts. I know that's crazy, but they actually sponsored cultural exchange between countries.
What a concept.
I know, what a concept, that art can actually make a difference. So I first I was based out of New York City. I moved to London, England. I was working there as a modern dancer, studying, working with different companies. I then moved to Paris. I was there for about 3 years. And then I got a grant to teach, choreograph, and perform throughout the Far East. And I was based in Tokyo, Japan. And it was when I was in Tokyo that by chance, I wanted a cup of coffee. I was in Shibuya-ku, a very busy area. There were 2 coffee shops. I chose arbitrarily the one on the right. I went into that coffee shop. It was packed, and there was 1 seat left with an older Japanese gentleman. And he waved me over to join him. That was a little unusual. He was in his mid-70s. I was in my mid-20s. And I sat down with him, and he changed my life. He spoke 12 languages fluently. He had been the top foreign war correspondent, so he had been all over the world. He had been a Buddhist monk, and he ended up becoming like my mentor in Japan. He and his wife became my surrogate Japanese parent. And eventually he told me a series of stories that all happened to him, all during different wars, and about human connection. And when he told me those stories, I realized these were so big. I need to pass these stories on, and I knew it wasn't dance. So if I had walked into the coffee shop on the left, I might not be a filmmaker, because that was the stories that I made my first film about.
Oh my God. I have chills.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy, and it's so powerful because it shows what I call magic. The magic that happens in our lives that you cannot predict, that happen in the most random ways and change your life forever if you're open to it. Because you could have gone into that same coffee shop, Lesli, and had that man motion you over and thought, I'm not going to go sit next to somebody I don't know.
Absolutely true.
You were open to it. Amazing. Yes. Thanks for tuning in to this K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. If you want to listen to our entire caffeinated career conversation, please check out the show notes for this episode. Thanks so much for listening to Time for Coffee, where the professionals in the jobs that most interest you always have time to grab coffee, 24/7, no matter where you live. I have one quick favor to ask you. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to Time for Coffee. Thanks so much.